Hello and welcome to Finland, the land of saunas and lakes. And if you're brave enough, you jump from one to the other. But this is about Strongman. The fourth event in the IFSA Strongman Super Series World Championship has once again brought together the top 6 strength athletes in the world and put them up against a host of wildcard athletes. And here in beautiful Imatra, right on the Russia-Finland border, the guys are once again gunning for those vital points towards the title of World Champion 2003. They love their strongman here in Finland, and they've got none better than Mariusz Pudzianowski leading the Super Series at the moment and World's Strongest Man of 2002. But he's got some real battles on his hands. Hugo Girard, world champion from last year. The first event is the log lift for repetitions. 120 kilos, you lift it up above your head as many times as possible. Now on the Super Series, we've seen world records broken time and time again on the maximum log. And at the moment, it's your world record, Hugo. Well done in Canada, 186 kilos. Is this going to be the same kind of event, or will it tax different muscles?
It's basically the same muscle that's been used, but it's going to be in a different ways because this time we go for endurance. So the weight will be much lighter, but we're going to keep going for 1 minute 15 seconds. That's quite a long time. So I think at this point right now the task will be who's going to last the most and who's going to be able to keep the same pace over the 75 period.
So 75 seconds, as many reps as possible with his 120 kilo log. Raimons Bergmanis out first, the Latvian super heavyweight weightlifter. He's done 3 Olympic Games. He's put 245 kilos over his head on a bar, but this is a log. Following him from Finland, Juha-Pekki Ataila. Now he is a new man on the scene in international strongman. And there's Tommy Lotta as well, also from Finland. We're missing out on the likes of Ahola and Jani Virtanen, 2 of the world's strongest men from Finland. So it's a bit of a shame, but these guys are going to have to now stand up and be counted in front of their home crowd. So Raimons Bergmanis to the bar. Well, 2 reps, not too much problem. The crowd here appreciate strongman. They're probably looking for 7, 8, 9 reps before they really start getting ecstatic. Bergmanis using his legs comfortably there. That's the best way to do it for repetitions. Use the big muscles, drive up, try and save your triceps for later. Referee Doug Edmonds from the front, president of IFSA, and very much the founder of the strongman scene. Bergmanis doing well here, starting to struggle though. I think double figures might be in him. So 2 more reps to hit double figures, and the crowd know he's starting to struggle. Still cleaning it very well, using his hips, triceps, they're tiring. 9 repetitions. And I think he's done for it. Yep, he's had enough. 75 seconds was ticking ever closer, and he knew that he had to save himself because the second event today is the crucifix, and that is very demanding on the shoulders as well. Juha-Pekki Ataila managed 6 repetitions, the first man up for Finland. Then Tommy Lotta, 7 repetitions, so neither of the Finns could beat Raimons Bergmanis, but not surprising, Bergmanis great at this kind of event. If anyone can beat him, it will be this man, Hugo Girard of Canada. Look at the way he snatched up that first repetition. Unbelievable. 2 reps gone. 3 reps. So chasing 9 by Bergmanis. 4 repetitions. 5 reps. Amazing relief. You have to think that's 120 kilos. The weight of a strongman itself. Edmund shouts 7. He's happy that the feet are in line each time. Elbows locked out. So to 8 repetitions. Starting to shake a little. The lactic acid kicking in hard now. Shoulders, legs, everything starting to burn. 9 repetitions. So he's equal Bergmanis. This one for the win. He's done it. He's done 10 repetitions. So to extend to 11. Well, that is superb, and he's had enough, I think. He knows he's got crucifix next. 11 repetitions, well, I don't know who's going to challenge that. Possibly Pudzianowski, maybe Svend Karlsen.
Hugo, 11 repetitions, awesome. Do you think that's enough to go ahead of the others?
I don't know. I don't think it's that heavy. I think jet lag is still eating me, but I think it's a good number. I'm expecting some guy to challenging it.
Some guy, well, I think he's hinting here at Mariusz Pudzianowski, world's strongest man of 2002. The only man to really challenge Hugo Girard this summer. Girard has been unbeaten throughout the summer, missed out on the Super Series in Holland. That was due to illness. Pudzianowski won that day and now leads the Super Series. 4 reps, flying up. That for 5, and it's got to be said, he might not have thrown up the first few as fast as Hugo, but each one looks just as good as the one before it. Great stamina, this man. 7 reps. The man from just outside Warsaw, only 25 years old still. Unbelievable what he's accomplished. So I think that's 9 repetitions. This for 10. 10 reps. One more to equal Girard. What an impressive feat this would be. He's not great at the maximum stuff, but when it comes to repetitions, Pudzianowski hard to beat. This for the victory. Can he take it? No. Just not enough using his legs well, but the triceps gave out. Okay, to Svend Karlsen, former world record holder in maximum log. Former bodybuilder, Mr. Norway, has won World's Strongest Man back in 2001 in Zambia. Well, you can see Sven already struggling now. He's got a hamstring tear. You can see that wrapped up. And that is going to cause him some problems. And Sven, to be honest, best when it comes to maximum stuff. So explosive and so powerful. Few men can live with someone like Sven in a deadlift, a squat, or a maximum press. But if he has to do repetitions, well, occasionally he can be a little suspect. I can see he's starting to feel a bit faint here. 6 repetitions, so good enough to catch the first of the Finns, Juha-Pekki Aitala. This to equal Tommy Lotta. 7 reps. Good news for the Norwegian. And Sven, I think he's had enough. That hamstring causing him a lot of problems. And that's a real shame for Sven, because he is such an impressive athlete. A real all-rounder. So then we went to Zydrunas Savickas. Well, he was second at World's Strongest Man last year, and in the Super Series has always performed well, but he's got a little bit of a chest tear. So 5 reps went up very gingerly. And then to Anders Johansson. 6 reps is all he could manage. Another one like Sven, who's been up near the world record. He's never owned the world record, but he's certainly attempted 180 several times. And this guy, new to Strongman, Merab Ismail Fatami from Iran. What an impressive feat. 8 reps were very fast, very much like the clean and jerk of old. So Mariusz Pudzianowski, he did 11. He equaled Hugo Girard for the win. Girard using a slightly different technique, very much tricepting up, but what big arms he has. No problems there. So 11 reps for both of those guys. They go equal on points. And can Mariusz break this deadlock with Hugo over the summer? Hugo beating him in every competition throughout the few months of the summer season.
The next event is the crucifix, and it's just about as painful as it sounds. 15 kilos out to the side for as long as you can do. Anything over a minute will be world class. One of the best of this was Jamie Reeves. Jamie, is this just mind over matter?
Colin, it's just about holding on as long as you can, going through the pain barrier. You're on your own up here on this stage and you need all the support you can get. And with a crowd like this, anything can happen.
Event 2 then, the crucifix. Now, coming just after log for repetitions, the shoulders, the deltoids already pumped up. So this really is a tough call by the Finnish organizers. They really have caused a lot of problems for these guys. We're going to go in reverse order of their position in the last event. Now, Savickas had some major chest problems. Slight chest tear in Canada in the Super Series before this. Couldn't log press, but he seems okay here in the crucifix. Jani Virtanen, one of the great Finns, champion, world's strongest man in 2000. His world record around 1:24 with this weight. As I said, anything over a minute, truly world class. What can Savickas approach then? Doing well, holding strong. Now the things Jamie Reeves, the referee, watching out for here, the elbows unlocking. Basically the athlete trying to pull the weight closer to their body, so biomechanically it becomes easier to hold. Reeves, he's got the whistle in hand. I don't think he's got long. The elbows, the shoulders starting to shake. Well, pretty impressive. Very close to the minute mark for Savickas. 57.6 seconds, and that's a man with a chest injury. Most impressive.
Zydrunas, great time there. 57 seconds. Can anyone beat 1 minute, maybe?
We'll see. I think Hugo and Mariusz very good in this event, and we'll see. After 5 minutes, we'll know.
How about Raymond? Is he any good at this?
Maybe, but Raymond not so good in this event. Hugo and Mariusz better.
The politician Savickas is not giving away too much. Svend Karlsen having a bit of an off day, 41.15 seconds. Then comes Tommy Lotta, reverse order of their place in the logs. He manages to beat Svend, but not by very much. To Bergmanis then. Well, I guess Savickas was right. He's not the very best at this, 47.69 seconds. Next out, Mariusz Pudzianowski. He'll be followed by Hugo. So Hugo definitely has the advantage here. In this kind of event, it's always easier to chase a time. Mariusz will know that. So if he goes past Savickas, he's got to go and set a mental target. Maybe a minute, maybe 1:05. Because I can tell you what, Hugo Girard, he will make that minute. I know what he's like. He's such a mentally tough character. He will hold on no matter what. Well, look at Pudzianowski. Biceps starting to curl in there. I think he's struggling. You can see he's leaning back, trying to let his chest take the weight. Yeah, Jamie Reeves not happy there. The elbow starting to bend, 44.53. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment for Pudzianowski, who usually does very well at this kind of thing. To Hugo Girard then. What can he manage? The gambling man would say he will give everything and will make a minute. But anything over that would truly be unbelievable. You never know. Pudzianowski, you've expected him to do better. Well, the whistle goes into Jamie Reeves' lips. That's always an ominous sign. Hugo starting to huff and puff, and he's past the 30-second mark, holding strong. And he's coming up to 45 seconds. So he's passing Mariusz. That's good news. That'll put him into the lead. Reeves shouting, breathe, breathe. Well, oh, there you go. A little bit of cockiness, shaking his head. The minute mark just round the corner. just does it, 61.69. The victory for Hugo Girard. Great news for him. Great news for Canada.
2 out of 2. Congratulations. Well done. How's that feel there?
Feel pretty good. You really need to have a good start. And that's part of the plan. Take advantage of your good event. And always sending a message. You know what? I came up strong. This year, you know, it's been a very good year for me. And I don't really pay attention to what people say. I just go out there, play my game, and have fun. So far, it works.
The only man to break the minute barrier, Hugo Girard. Awesome it was too. And to be honest, I think he put them down. I think he could have gone possibly another 5 or 10 seconds. So great news there. But how about Savickas? The chest injury not bothering him there. So second place, good points for him. Brings him into the top 5. So 3 points in it for the top 2.
Next event is the Farmer's Walk. Here in Finland, it's the suitcase walk. And these little things weigh 300 pounds each. That's 137.5 kilos. They don't look very heavy, but believe you me, they are. And the athletes have to take these 35 meters up, 35 meters back in 75 seconds. Mr. Jamie Reeves, will anyone manage this course in the 75 seconds?
Yeah, I'm sure they will, Colin. The implements look quite small, but they're actually solid steel. And as you've said, they weigh 300 pounds. I would think any athlete that can move very, very fast, like Mariusz Pudzianowski, is going to go up and down this course in around 30 seconds.
Well, who would argue with analysis from Jamie Reeves, former world's strongest man? He won that back in '89. So, reverse order for these athletes. Merab Ismail Fatimi, he went first on his own. Will be going in pairs, and he managed 51.8 seconds. So that sets the standard for the others. Tommy Lotta of Finland up against Svend Karlsen of Norway. Well, I'd back Svend Karlsen in this kind of race. Bit of a wobbly first step, however. Sven's biggest weakness is his grip, though. Can occasionally go, but he is so fast, so dynamic. Tommy Lotta holding well. He is a big athlete, very broad shoulders, so the weight's kept right out away from his legs. But Sven, hamstring injured, manages to get over the line. 22.87. Great time for Svend Karlsen. 25.73, the final result for Tommy Lotta. Mariusz Pudzianowski up against Raymond Bergmanis of Latvia. This will be a tough one to call. Everyone would probably say Mariusz, but I know Raymond has got some great speed in this kind of event. Just depends whether Mariusz will make a mistake. Rarely beaten in Farmer's Walk, but Raymond has got some good speed. Well, it is going to be Mariusz, but just how fast can he go? He's trying to beat that time of 22.8 seconds by Sven. 22.48, we have a new leader.
Hey Mariusz, 35 seconds, eh? That was 22 seconds. Excellent, well done.
Yes, 22 seconds. Time very good. Watching this, who finish? Hugo and half second? No, half second.
10 years.
Half a second he beat you by, Sven.
That's the time. It's a timekeeper's need a mistake, I'm sure. No way in hell he's faster than me.
Grandfather is.
Well, he's a brave man to call Sven Karlsen the grandfather, but indeed 10 years between the two of them. And as Sven often jokes, it looks like Mariusz is the older one. So, Hugo Girard up against Zydrunas Savickas. Girard won the first two events equal. In the first one with Mariusz, then an out-and-out victory in the second event, the Crucifix. Can he pressurize Mariusz here? You wouldn't expect him to beat that kind of time. 22.4, outrageous, but he's going to be close. Diving for the line, 25.15 is all he managed in the end. So not good enough to trouble Mariusz, but still a good time. But Mariusz's time, 22.4, and there's two men in between Mariusz and Hugo, and that means the points will be drawn level now. Mariusz was 3 points behind Hugo coming into this event. Hugo taking fourth, Mariusz first. So what a competition we have in prospect now.
A cornerstone of any strongman competition is the truck pull, an absolute classic strongman event. It's a true test of all-over body strength. They strap them in with a harness, push with the legs, at the same time pulling with the arms. Jamie Reeves, I haven't got my spirit level here, but this looks like an incline. They're going uphill with this. Can they manage it?
They are. It's slightly uphill, and the surface is wet, so it's going to be a real test of leg strength and arm strength to pull this beast right up to that 30-metre finish line.
Who do you think will win this kind of event?
With a gradient like this, I think it's going to favour the big guys. I think it's going to favour Hugo, Girard. He must be 150 kilos, around 330 pounds, so I think the big guys definitely going to have an advantage here.
So Jamie's calling it as a heavyweight clash. Well, if you're going to include them, it would be Hugo, but I'd also say Savickas and perhaps Bergmanis. They're a couple of very heavy men as well, but how about Svend Karlsen? He's never let me down in a truck pull, always there or thereabouts with his fast feet and explosive action. Savickas then set the time, 28.98. Chest injury, is that the kind of event that would affect him? I don't think so. If you look at Tommy Lauder's time, 33.81, certainly the kind of world-class time you'd expect from Savickas. So, to Hugo Girard of Canada. Chasing that 28 plus second time. Rarely beaten in this kind of event, and with an incline and such a heavy truck, Hugo has to be given the nod here. People would no doubt favor him for this kind of event. He is swerving around, however, not holding a straight line. I don't know if it's because it's very damp. It's going to be close. Let's have a look at the time then. 28.90 was the time for Hugo Girard. 28.98 is what he had to beat, so he's done it again. And who can beat him now? Raymond Bergmanis of Latvia. Another man very good at this kind of event. I remember back in Malta, when he didn't have those expensive climbing boots, he wore his weightlifting shoes for every single event. Of course, coming from super heavyweight weightlifting. And they slipped off after about 3 strides pulling the truck. And, well, we can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny then. Raymond's continued to pull the entire length of the course in bare feet. You can only imagine the damage he did to himself. 31.11 seconds for Raymond's. And that puts him into 3rd position at the moment. He's been 3rd in every single event so far, so maybe this will be the next 3rd place. Svend Karlsen. Hamstring injury, no doubt will bother him here. This is such a hard event on your hamstrings and glutes. Got the gloves on, hoping that'll give him a little bit of extra friction on the rope. Don't know if those trainers were a wise decision. I've seen at least 2 or 3 slipped footsteps at the moment. Svend perhaps forgetting to pack his climbing boots in the bag. So what can he do? Chasing those 28-second times by Girard and Savickas. Not going to be close to them. Yeah, he's staggering. 34.84. A little disappointing for Svend, but he has been off form all weekend. Mariusz Pudzianowski. Absolute dynamite in anything he does. But he too is having problems with his footwear. I saw a slip straight off. 2nd slip there, so this is going to be a real problem for him. He's going to have to use his arms a lot more, rely on his body weight. Can't really drive in with the hamstrings. But the screaming has started. Mariusz, renowned for his screaming and shouting when he does this kind of event. That's always a good sign. Here we go. This, a great finish to the truck pull. The time, 32.21. Not good enough to live with the heavyweights.
What happened there, Mariusz?
No happy. My shoes bad.
I saw your shoes slipping, but Hugo, well done. You're the victor.
You know what? I really applied a technique there. Really used the strength of my arms. And at the end, I was getting so much speed I could keep up with it. So then I knew I had an okay pull. Mariusz is very good at it. And the pull is not that hard, so I was expecting a close finish, but my time was good enough to hold on, so I'm very pleased with the result.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good news for Hugo Girard. That long flight over from Canada to Finland has been worth it at the moment, and he now goes into the lead on his own. And Jamie Reeves, as I said, was proven to be correct. The bodyweight men won through in this event, but they also got the technique and tactics right, and that's so important in truck pull. 28.90 of Hugo Girard, Savickas 28.98. He just 0.08 of a second behind Girard. And if we look at the points, Bergman still sitting in third, catching Pudzianowski. Good news for him. Hugo Girard now 3 points in the clear.
That's it for Program 2 from here in Imatra in Finland. Just when you thought Mariusz Pudzianowski was getting back into it, the giant Canadian Hugo Girard, Super Series world champion, stamps his authority back on the competition. Join us next time for more strength action. Welcome back to Finland for this, the fourth event in the IFSA Super Series World Championship. As before, we've brought together the top 6 strength athletes in the world and put them up against a host of wildcard athletes and local heroes, strongmen alike. Eventually, these guys are going towards winning that elusive title of World Champion 2003.
So in the first program, if you'd watched, you've seen log lift for repetitions. It was a draw on 120 kilos, 11 reps each, Hugo Girard and Mariusz Pudzianowski. What a battle these two are having throughout the year and again in Finland, the fourth event in the Super Series. Hugo Girard won the second event. It was absolutely shoulder heavy in the first morning of the first day here, and Hugo Girard managed to hold on for over 1 minute. Mariusz Pudzianowski clawed his way back in event number 3, finishing in just over 22 seconds with 600 pounds in weight, over 70 meters. But the heavyweight Hugo Girard in the truck pull, coming up a steep incline with 15,000 tons behind him, managed it in the quickest time. Well, it's been a fantastic first day. To the second day, Hugo Girard has a 3-point lead. Mariusz is chasing him hard and looks good, and the next event will be the Hercules hold. Who knows who'll win this? Bergmanis, he's been strong. Svend Karlsen, probably not, but he's battling all the while with a torn hamstring.
Next event is the Hercules hold. This simulates when Hercules held back 2 wild horses. But today, we've got 4 tons of steel to hold back. Jamie, surely this is the same kind of event as the Farmer's Walk?
It is, but the thing is, the Farmer's Walk, it's all about mobility. It's all about speed, running, going back and forth up the course. This is just about grip strength, stood, holding these cars for as long as you can. And it's heating up now to be a great event between Mariusz Pudzianowski and Hugo Girard. They've got everything to play for here, so they've got to hang on for as long as they can. It's all about grip strength, Colin.
Mariusz Pudzianowski, probably the favourite in this kind of event. When it comes to grip, he's normally the king, but Hugo Girard has been unstoppable throughout the summer. He's won every event he's entered, and he's just about won every single event inside those competitions. So who knows what will happen. These are unbelievably heavy. 1.5 tons on either side down a fairly steep decline. 14 seconds is all the man from Iran managed. He's having a bit of a baptism of fire. That's Merab Ismail Fatimi. Then Anders Johansson, he fared little better. 22.68 seconds for the former powerlifter from Sweden. And if that face shows you how painful this is, the others were getting worried in the tent, I assure you. The first of the Finns out, Juha-Pekki Aitala. He's trying to fill the massive shoes of Jani Virtanen and Jouko Ahola, the 2 Finnish strongmen that have won World's Strongest Man. And this crowd, in front of his home crowd in Imatra, really appreciate their strongman competitions and indeed their competitors. So, 22.68, he's chasing. And he's going to go past that. This is really impressive. Hasn't been that good in the other events. 27.88 from the newcomer to the international scene. And that brings out Svend Karlsen. Svend has had problems with his right hand for a long time. 22.79. I think he'd be quite happy with that. Just nipping Johansson. Tommy Lotta, 6.86 seconds. Very disappointed. Didn't quite get the grip right at the start, and he paid for it. A lot of blood, a lot of torn skin on his hands. So, to Mariusz Pudzianowski, world's strongest man of 2002, and how he would like the title of world champion as well. And that's, of course, what you get if you win the Super Series. So many events. This the fourth in the series, and you have to be consistent in all of them. He's great at locking out the pain. We saw what a battler he was in the first event, log lift for repetitions. He looked dead after 7 repetitions, but he battled for 11. There it goes. The time, 28.37.
Hey, Mariusz, first place. Well done. You're catching Hugo.
No, 28, no best result.
You don't think it's good enough to beat Hugo yet?
No, best result maybe Hugo work.
Well, don't count your chickens. Well done.
And he goes back to the tent to rest those sore hands, perhaps dunk them in ice. Next man out, Raymond Bergmanis of Latvia. 3 times at the Olympic Games as a super heavyweight weightlifter. Carried his country's flag in Sydney. Very proud man, a very strong man. What can he manage this? Oh, he started to lose his balance there. Looks like his right hand's slipping a little bit. What can he manage? He's going to push him close. 28.37 to beat. Yep, the right hand went 26.8. Shame for Bergmanis, how he would have liked to have beaten Pudzianowski. Well, Savickas went next. All he could manage, 9.76 seconds. That chest hair that hurt his log lifting must be hurting his Hercules hold as well. And to the man who was first in the last event, the man who is first overall at the moment with a 3-point margin over Pudzianowski, it is Hugo Girard of Canada. The Quebecans man, former policeman, very proud of his Quebec and Canadian background. Goes all over the world carrying the Canadian flag. What can he manage here? Oh, look at it! The head nodding. He's going to go past those times. This, very impressive. Wow, he's absolutely in the zone here. Hugo Girard relishing this. The Finnish crowd appreciating just what a magnificent performance it is.
Hugo, you're the man once again. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, took my time, set up right, and then just focus on getting that 30 seconds. And when I got there, I'm like, why not keep going, giving them a show, because they deserve it. They're there cheering us on, supporting us, so we have to give back to them.
Well done.
Thank you.
That's the sign of a champion. He knows what he wanted. He wanted 30 seconds, and he went for it. But then, once he managed it, suddenly he was in that little place, that happy place that strongmen go to when they're in a great deal of pain, and he was happy to hold on for another 10 seconds, and that is what makes a champion, and that's great news for him, extending his lead to 4 points ahead of Mariusz.
Here with me is Dr. Edmonds, the father of Strongman. Dr. Edmonds, what do you think of the Super Series so far this year?
Well, you know, last year we had a terrific battle between Hugo Girard and Svend Karlsen, which Hugo eventually won back in Hawaii, but not without a big fight. This year, the battle has recommenced, but instead of Svend being the contender, Mariusz Pudzianowski has come in as the champion-elect, I would say, because he's got an unassailable lead over Hugo. But Hugo's fighting away at the moment. He's not going to give up. And it was a very unfortunate problem that Hugo could not attend the Dutch event. Otherwise, I think it would probably be very close at the top. In fact, Hugo may well have been winning.
Many countries have stone lifting in their history, and here in Scandinavia it is no different. They've produced these 5 spectacular stones, starting at 100 kilos, moving up to 180. You've got to put the stones onto the platform. And we've got a great Scandinavian stone lifter in Svend Karlsen. Svend, do you think these are possible?
Very possible. I think you're going to see fast times here today. It's going to be a lot of guys within a few seconds, I guess.
And do you think you'll win this one?
I don't think I will win this one.
Well, nothing like confidence in Strongman, and Svend, deservedly so. He's had the world record in the Atlas Stones in the past before Magnus Samuelsson laid claim to that. Tommy Lotta will be out first. Girard, as the champion in the last event there, he gets to go after Pudzianowski. These stones made of concrete, very heavy, very slippy as well because of the wet conditions. Tommy Lotta up first. Now, he's a great stone lifter. The Finnish experts have been telling me and whispering in my ear that Tommy Lotta could well be a world's strongest man in the future. And they said to watch out for his Atlas stone lifting ability. So here we go. Let's see what he can manage. Stuff on his forearms is tacky, sticky substance. Can he get number 3 up? This will be great. Fantastic start. Pressure on the other athletes now. I know he looks perhaps leaner. Arms aren't as big as some of the competitors like Pudzianowski, but you have to understand he is 6'6" tall, 150 kilos. And if you're talking old money, if you're talking stone, he's around 25 stone in body weight. So lifting stone number 4, it looks rooted to the ground. But he gets it. Well done, Tommy Lotta. What a great show this is on the international stage, along with Juha-Pekka Aitaila for the first time. Can he get number 5 then? The diameter bigger than the others. 1.2 meter, the platform. He's done it. Fantastic there. Really something special, and that could well be the winning time. 72.19 seconds.
I've heard a lot about you. They say you're great. It's good to see you on the international scene. 5 stones, do you think that's enough to win?
I think that's good, but I think Mariusz good for this event.
Yeah, I think he will do all 5, but we've seen a few guys go and they haven't done it. But what's the secret? Is it the long arms?
Yes, and heavy back.
Very strong back, like typical Finnish.
Yes.
Finns are very proud of their lower back strength, always big deadlifters. Well, for Timi, he struggled. 22.97 seconds for the first 3 stones. Then to Savickas. His 3 stones, very poor for him. He'll be very disappointed. Of course, you have to wrap in tight with the arms, pull in tight with the pec muscles, and if your chest is torn, there's not much you can do. He tore that back in Canada in the 3rd Super Series. So, head-to-head competition. Anders Johansson up against Svend Karlsen. Karlsen perhaps nipping him on the first stone, but it's very close. Second stone, Karlsen's throwing those up. This is great stuff by the Norwegian, former world's strongest man in 2001. Making heavy work of the 3rd stone, and he has torn his hamstring. I said that. I saw a little shuffle away from the platform there. Could this be disaster for Karlsen? So, Johansson, the door is open for him to get ahead of Karlsen. What can he do with this stone? No problem with the 3rd stone. Now the diameter of the 4th and the 5th stone almost equal, but the platform quite a bit higher for this 160 kilogram stone. Up it goes. No problem for Karlsen. So he's gone ahead of Johansson. That's good for the Norwegian. He's trying to get a top 5 place in the Super Series. Now remember, it's each and every event in the Super Series that the overall points are looked towards. 52.98 then for Svend. And he'll want at least a good result. That's why he's battling on even with injury, so he can add it to his totals from Hawaii, Holland and Canada before this event. Hansen using the full 75 seconds. But no go, 38.5, better than Savickas. But certainly not a champion stone lifting performance. Juha-Pekka Aitala up against Raymond Bergmanis. My money's on Bergmanis, but that's because I haven't seen the giant fin. I could well eat my words here because Tommy Lotta was superb on the 5 stones. And look at this guy, wow, that is impressive. Great in the Hercules hold in the last event. Bergmanis, he's very hot and cold in stones. 1 year at World's Strongest Man, he was the fastest. The next year, he can barely get the 2nd stone on. So what will he do here in Finland? Looks like he's got his technique together. The Finn struggling with sawdust all over his hands there, or rather concrete dust, I should say. So, big battle there, gets the 4th stone on. The Finn, can Bergmanis get this 5th stone up? 180 kilos, just shy of 400 pounds, no problem. 45.68, Bergmanis into the lead. Can the Finn manage the 5th stone? What can he do here? He'd love to do it in front of his home crowd. I think he knows when he's been beaten. 37.06, a good time.
Raymond's awesome there. Sometimes you're really bad, sometimes you're great.
Yeah, you remember in Canada, unbelievable bad. I think no, again, I remember and Gregor Edmonds, son of president, learned me about and learned me. He told about my mistakes and I learned. But anyway, I lose more points on a 3rd and 5th stones. But I'm happy. 4 months ago, I lifted only 3 stones in Helsinki. Now I lifted all 4. I'm very happy.
Well done.
Thank you.
But if 2 guys are going to beat that time, it'll be the last pairing. Hugo Girard up against Mariusz Pudzianowski. Who's going to be first to the stone? Pudzianowski, you'd bet. But Hugo Girard has got some great stamina and great strength in stone lifting. Oh, Girard, he's really flying for such a huge man. I mean, we're talking a man up well over 350 pounds in body weight. Pudzianowski, leaner, meaner. A lot of fast twitch fiber there. Up with stone number 4. This is going to be a real battle. I think both men will go ahead of Bergmanis, but who can get the stone up first? It's neck and neck. Hugo Girard to the platform first. What's going to happen here? He gets it on. Girard takes the victory. 37.42 seconds. Pudzianowski, 42.53. So all 5 stones for both men. What a battle that was, and that's a great result for Hugo Girard, extending his lead at the top. 4 points, now becomes 5.
Hugo Girard does it again. Hugo, you're unstoppable at the moment. Fantastic.
I don't know what's the time yet, but just want to make sure, do 5 stone, try not to make too much mistake. I did struggle a bit with the 3rd one, but then after that, start to roll on again.
Awesome, well done.
Thank you.
Well, I'd agree. Pudzianowski looked in the lead at the 3rd stone, then Girard suddenly kicked into 5th gear, and the 4th and 5th stone flying up. His lower back as powerful as anyone in the world. So, 4 men managed 5 stones. Well done to Tommy Lotta in front of his home crowd, new to the international scene. And inside that 75 seconds, he just managed the 5 stones, and how the Finnish crowd enjoyed it. 5 points now in it. Girard, 1 event to go. Pudzianowski's going to have to pull out something fairly special, and Girard's going to have a bit of a stinker in the final event.
Hugo, 1 event left. You've got to come in the top 5 to win it. Can you manage that?
Yeah, I think I can manage that. Wheelbarrow is a good event for me. It's going to be the first time with that one, but so far, you know, you go up there, you do what you can, and I'm in pretty good shape right now. So I really, unless I make a big mistake, it should be all right.
Mariusz, you have to win the last event, the wheelbarrow, and Hugo at least 6th place. Possible?
No, impossible. Hugo today easy first. I only second. Today only second. Sometime second.
The final event here in Imatra, Finland is the wheelbarrow. And at the pivot point, they have to pick up 330 kilos. That's over 700 pounds. Carry it for 30 meters. This is going to be a huge test of grip, back, and legs. Jamie, what do you think is going to give way first?
I think the grip's going to give way because a lot of these events have been around grip. Everything's been grip. Farmers Walk, Hercules Hold, and now grip again. It seems to be a big thing in Finland, you know, grip strength, and I think this is going to be really tough on the guys. I don't think it's a really tough event.
So Hugo Girard gets the comfort zone of going last. Pudzianowski before him. Now remember, Girard just has to get in the top 5 to win this event. And it proved rather difficult. Anders Johansson, 35.47 seconds for him. Now that's a man with incredible lower back strength. Fatimi of Iran struggled to pick it up at all. Really a very heavy weight and awkward. The steering moving all over the place on this concrete surface. 1.1 meters for Tommy Lotta. The lower back there, you can see humping every time he tried to pick it up. Juha-Pekka Aitala, 32.59, using head, everything to get it over the line, and a man who impressed his home crowd. So well done to him. So Svend Karlsen out next. What can Svend manage with this? Look how strong his lower back is. That almost looked like there was no weight there. What an experienced man. What a powerful man. This is going to be a great time by the Viking. Steering moving a little bit through the line. What's he done? 19.72. That is immense, and it's great to see Svend finishing on a high note. What a Viking power. Awesome athlete he is. Great to see it. Raimondas Bergmanis of Latvia. So the heavyweights, you can see the division. This kind of event proves that. You need incredible back strength and speed. Strongman, I can tell you, and you can see from this, is a very athletic sport. You have to be fast, powerful, strong. What can Bergmanis do? Sub 20 to beat 19.78 seconds. Well, that's crazy, because Svend did 19.72. How close is that? Svend, he gets the nod, the victory, but, you know, on hand timing, that is very hard to call. And perhaps he'll have to go back to the video evidence to make sure. Pudzianowski then, what can he do? So good at this kind of event. The Farmer's Walk, he dominated. This has to be quite close to that. But the steering's going off to the left. What's happened there? Well, that wasn't some kind of gymnastic finish. That was a big mistake from Pudzianowski. Oh, disaster. 24.18 seconds. His chances of beating Hugo Girard now almost nil. Girard's going to have to really screw up here, not go more than a few meters with this for Pudzianowski to win the whole event. That would be very surprising. Girard gets it past the first few meters, he will be the champion. Well, he doesn't pick it up quite as easily as Karlsen, but he hasn't dropped it. He's past the start and he's starting to pick up momentum, so I can comfortably say Girard will be the champion. But in what kind of style? How close will he be to that 20-second barrier? 22.54, good result for the giant Canadian, and he is the champion here in Imatra, Finland.
Hugo Girard, third in this event, but the winner overall. Well done.
Thank you. That was hard to motivate myself for this event. Mariusz had a hard time with it. Then I knew I just need to finish it strong and that I will be hit. So I took my time, try not to make mistake, not rushing too much, and everything worked like I planned it, so very pleased with it.
It looks like the Super Series is going to be a real close battle in the end. Pudzianowski has to do something special in the final competition going forward in the 5th event. You'll be there to take him on?
You know what? You better be ready, because I will be ready.
Half joking, half serious, Hugo Girard there is very ready. And Pudzianowski, well, you could say he was lucky that Girard was ill in the Holland Super Series. But looking at the overall points there in the final event, the wheelbarrow, very good result for Svend Karlsen, finishing on a high note. But Hugo Girard, he gets the honors here in a matter of Finland. He gets the money, he gets the trophy. It's been a spectacular competition. All of the athletes, including the 2 new Finnish guys especially, have impressed me. Shame for Savickas there on the right, the Lithuanian. That chest hair caused him problems. Indeed, Svend Karlsen's hamstring perhaps held him back a little too. The trophy going back to Quebec in Canada, and that trophy cabinet getting ever bigger. 150 kilos of muscle. He's looking in great shape, Hugo Girard. And I'd be surprised if he doesn't threaten for that final event in the Super Series. Pudzianowski's got the lead in the series, but Girard stalking him down. There it is. 28 points for Bergmanis and Savickas overall, 10 points behind Pudzianowski. Girard now in 4th place on 27, and that out of only 3 events from the 4. But the overall Super Series champion is Pudzianowski at the moment, and he looks very likely to gain the title of world champion.
That's it for the 4th and penultimate Grand Prix from here in Imatra in Finland. Only 1 event left in the Super Series. We've had 2 winners. Pudzianowski's taken 2 victories. Girard has taken 2 victories. The world final is going to be huge. So join us next time for more strength action.